So here's a question. Let's say you could only have one guitar to do everything. Every gig, every rehearsal, every session, what would it be? It's kind of a difficult question for me to answer because I have some guitars that I truly love. But if I think critically about it, only one guitar for every musical situation that I might find myself in, I think it's gotta be the Fender Telecaster. Before we jump in, I want to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, Sweetwater. I will have links to some of my favorite Telecasters that they offer in the description box down below. And they'll range in price from very budget-friendly entry level all the way up to the high-end custom shop. So the first key factor in the versatility of the Telecaster is the pickups. Arguably the heart of the guitar. Now, these single coil pickups, designed by Leo Fender in the early 1950s, have absolutely stood the test of time. They've remained mostly unchanged from Leo's original design. Now, if we start with the bridge pickup, it's a really great balance of everything that I think you would want out of an electric guitar pickup. It's bright and it's punchy and clear, but it's not harsh or brittle like the cousin of this guitar, the Stratocaster, can be. Now, obviously, there's that classic telly twang and spank, and depending on how you play the guitar, you can get more of that twanginess out of it. The bridge pickup also takes things like overdrive and distortion really, really well. Having all that clarity and brightness coming from the bridge pickup helps you to cut through in the context of a mix with a full band. The cool thing about a Telecaster bridge pickup is that it's actually capable of doing way more than just that bright, spanky, twangy telly thing. It can sound like a humbucker. In fact, my favorite thing about a PAF humbucker in a Les Paul is that it really sounds like a Telecaster on steroids. Then we go to the neck position, and this is arguably one of the greatest sounds in all of electric guitar. It does what a Strat neck pickup does, that really nice, round, punchy, articulate thing that is so distinct to the Stratocaster, but it doesn't sound exactly like the Strat. It's a little more nuanced and there's more happening there. And like the bridge pickup, you can actually kind of get into neck humbucker kind of sounds as well. If you just roll the tone off a little bit while you're on your neck pickup, it's going to take some of that top end, that brilliance out, and we're going to go less into Strat neck pickup territory and more into neck humbucker territory. Now, because you have that sort of wide range of tone available in the neck pickup, it's great for leads. You can play great lines and stack overdrives on top of it and still have the clarity and articulation that you want, but it's also a great rhythm guitar sound. It's incredibly versatile. And then when you combine both pickups together in the middle position, we kind of get more into that sort of quacky Strat 2 and 4 position, but again, a little bit different, and in my opinion, a little bit better than the Stratocaster. So just between the bridge, the neck, and the middle position, we can cover a wide range of sounds. Everything from rock and even metal in some cases, to blues, to funk, to jazz, to pop, to CCM. I mean, everything in between can be done on a Telecaster because of this pickup design. When Leo Fender and company designed this in the early 1950s, they had the ease of manufacture and the ease of service in mind, which was kind of mind-blowing to think about. The fact that the guitar has a bolt-on neck is actually because at the time, Leo thought that when guitar players needed to replace the frets on the neck, it would be easier for them to just buy a new neck from Fender, take the old one off, and put the new one on like you would be changing tires on your car. Now, that's not how we do things today. The bolt-on neck makes this easy and cheaper to manufacture than a Gibson Les Paul, for example. That's part of why Telecasters, depending on which model you're looking at, can be much less expensive to purchase than the typical Gibson or PRS or other guitar that has a neck-through design. It just takes less labor to build one of these. But it's not just the neck design that makes this guitar so reliable. The shape itself is really simple and somewhat ergonomic. It's not as comfortable as the Stratocaster, but there's really nothing here. And then you look at the bridge. There's no complicated tremolo system with springs. There's no complicated bridge system. It's just a simple, what we call ashtray bridge. What this leads to is a guitar that is extremely stable. In fact, before I started shooting this video, I have not touched this guitar in probably 6 weeks. I've been traveling, there's a lot going on, and I didn't tune it. I picked it up to start recording this video, and it's still in tune. Also, it has a really simple electronics layout. You have master volume, master tone, 3-way toggle. And the modularity of this guitar design with the pickups and the control layout and the neck make it really customizable. And the other reason that I love the Telecaster as sort of your one guitar for everything is they're accessible. There is a Telecaster out there for every budget, every player, no matter your skill level, your experience, or sort of your genre or style. When Leo and company designed this thing in the early 1950s, it was meant to be a blue-collar working player's guitar. You had the Stratocaster, which was more fancy, it looked better, it had more contours and more pickups. It was sort of the deluxe model. And in fact, in the early days, most of these guitars were actually sold as Esquires, which is what this model is. This is not technically a Telecaster. This is the Fender Esquire. The only difference being the presence of a neck pickup. When I got this guitar, it did not have a neck pickup, it just had the bridge. That makes it an Esquire. And in the early days, most of the guitars that Fender was selling were Esquires because they were cheaper. It was easier to manufacture, it was less parts, but you could upgrade to the Telecaster by adding the neck pickup. So the reality is there's lots of great guitars out there. But if you really boil it down, I think there's not a better guitar design out there to do everything. If you really had to do everything that you would ever encounter with one electric guitar, I think the Fender Telecaster, or just T-style guitar in general, is hard to beat. I want to know what you think. What's your one guitar to do everything? Let me know in the comments section down below. In the description box, I'll have linked some of my favorite Telecaster options for different budget levels. Those are all Sweetwater affiliate links, and I want to thank Sweetwater for sponsoring today's video. And while you're down there, you can check out some of my video courses. We have brand new video courses coming every month this year, so you should check out the Inner Circle subscription. That gets you access to all of my video courses, past, present, and future. More info linked down below. While you're down there, please subscribe. Really helps the channel out. My name is Rhett Shull. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.